Okay, fans of Bob's Barn Workshop. Today, as promised, I tried to do this yesterday, but it was too well frozen. So I left it out in the garage overnight, which was 40 degrees, which helped it soften up. It's still partially frozen. You can see the pork still has frost on it. We're going to have to let it still warm up a little bit before I can mix it. But I need to get the grinding done and try to get some of the mess out of the kitchen, because it is the 23rd of December, and my wife wants to prep for the big family dinner tomorrow and all that. So, yeah, yesterday the whole family was here too, making Christmas cookies and frosting them, the grandkids. We had a great time. So what I'm going to do is I'll get this set up to grind it, and we'll go with a little bit of grinding and then show you how I mix it. So I have my handy dandy Kitchener grinder here. I love it. It's a great thing. Works good. So partially frozen meat will actually go through the grinder better anyway. I'm going to mix the pork in as we go and try to get it blown through with the frozen meat. This is fresh venison, by the way. On this batch, I'm going to send some of the ground stuff through to help push anything that may be stuck in the grinder still. There's half of the meat ground. I'm going to grind the rest. I have to try to get this other pork separated so it softens up faster. This is be ready to mix as soon as this gets soft enough to mix into the rest. So again, I bought my sausage making spices from a company called Butcher and Packer out of Michigan. So that's one tub. You don't need to watch me do the other. We'll come back. Alright guys and gals, it is time to roll up our sleeves. Everything is thawed. It's divided equally between the two. I was thinking about making half hot and half mild, that's why. I divided the spices into, it's a little over a half cup each. What I'm going to do is after I mix up some, I'm going to cook some a bit just to see. But I'm going to mix it all together at the same time, so there's no sense of doing it twice. So I'm going to sprinkle my spices, and this is why it's nice to have two tubs, because, and it said to add a cup of water for 25 pounds, so I'm going to add a half. Plus that'll make it flow. Alright, shall we dig in? And of course I showed you how I was doing this before with these summer sausage. I just keep rotating it 90 degrees every few turns. Just fold it. I'm not mashing it, you know, between my fingers or anything. Oh man, she smells marvelous. Smells like sausage. It's cold on these old hands. Wanted to get enough pork in here though to make this fatty enough so it doesn't just turn into... I've made venison sausage before, Italian sausage. And again, I got my spices from Butcher and Packer. And she's getting gummy. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. But I'm just trying to go for a consistent color. Get all the stuff mixed thoroughly through. And there must be some binder in there, apparently. I've made it without binder. You can, the recipe that I got originally from our local supermarket was 4 ounces of black pepper, which is 1 big can for 25 pounds. 4 ounces. 2 ounces of fennel seed. Well, 2 ounces of fennel seed is a large volume because it's very light. And 7 ounces of salt. Well, I found that it was way too salty for me, so I cut back to 4 or 5 ounces of salt. You may want to put, like, you know, 3 or 4 ounces in there at the most, and then test a piece and see how you like it. Now, see, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to do the other batch. I haven't added my water yet. I haven't added the spices yet either. I guess it don't matter how order it goes in, but. And I'm going to test this, and I still have some more black pepper, coarse ground black pepper, and I have coarse ground salt if I need to bring it up a little bit. So there you go. And we've got 12 pounds, 12 and a half pounds per tub here. And I'm going to stuff this afternoon because I actually want to have this for an hors d'oeuvre tomorrow at our Christmas Eve brunch. You know, just a crock pot with some sausage in it and tomato, like spaghetti sauce kind of stuff, you know. I hope I don't get busted because the Pandora's playing in the background. I have no, this doesn't mean anything other than I like to listen to the radio when I'm working. So I'm not promoting anybody or any particular music in this video, of course. Let it not be construed as such. Misconstrued. Alright, I think that's feeling pretty good. Alright, so let's grab a little piece. I'm gonna let that sit just a minute. Man, it smells good. It smells like sausage. And as I said, I got more fennel, I got more salt, I got more pepper if I need to add it. So I'm going to pause you for just a little bit. Alright, well, I tested this and it just tastes kind of like salty meat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to up the fennel a little bit here. And it doesn't have any heat to it at all, so I've got more black pepper. And we'll start all over again. We'll remix this, and I'll fry up a little piece, and then we'll see what we got. Alright. The salt, this is really crumbly, so I'm not going to put that in. It's garlic salt anyway. Well, actually, that might be good. I got something I can put that in. Grind that up. I don't want to put it in my wife would be really mad if I put it in her. In her blender, wouldn't she? I'm going to try busting this up with something. Alright, it's time to mix a little bit of this stuff back in. I'm not going to show you all the mixing, but I added some of the garlic salt, I added more fennel and black pepper. Okay, I saved half the batch and added some crushed red pepper to this. So I'm just testing the heat of the other half. And let's see how that turns out. And then we get to stuffing it. Now before I can stuff it, I have to drain, clean, rinse all my casings. So I'm going to do that in a big bowl. And you got to run water through them and stuff. And then you just put the bowl on the counter next to your stuffer, and then you just slide a sleeve onto the horn every time you run out. So, but what I ended up with was adding some more black pepper, some more fennel seed. I probably added an ounce and a half more fennel seed to the both batches. I have a little bit left out of that 2 ounces, but this already had some crushed fennel in it from the kit. And I probably added 2 more ounces of the coarse black pepper, and that gave the mild just a little bit of backburn. And then I added probably a couple tablespoons of the garlic salt, which was a special coarse garlic salt I got from the Amish General Store out in the country. I'm ready to taste this salt. I don't know how much heat the red pepper flakes that I put in there. I know they're potent. All I know is that's really good. That's Italian sausage right there, dude. I did give each batch a couple of shots from my liquid hickory smoke too. I put that in almost everything like this. Alright, well, I gotta get set up. I gotta get and wash my casings out, and we'll get set up to stuff it. So this setup should look familiar, considering the video I did last time. So I have my casings cleaned, rinsed, set aside in a bowl of water so they stay moist, and you thread them on your funnel. I forget what they call it. It's not a funnel, but this is natural casing. You have to wash it out in the sink and play around with it. If that kind of stuff grosses you out, you won't enjoy this. Okay, so I got my casing started. It's just hanging out there a bit. Oops, I got this backwards, I guess. Oh no, okay. Remember how we did this? We started this. I like leaving it on here though, because it kind of keeps it under control. I think I'm going to mix in just a little bit more water because this stuff has gotten very stiff. So I'm starting with the mild. The hot, I just put probably a tablespoon of red pepper seeds in 12.5 pounds to just bring up the heat a little bit. Plus the water in it, it actually makes your sausage flow through the stuff a whole lot better. And there ain't nothing that ain't messy about this. Start packing it down in there. Keeping your air bubbles out. I just put my knuckles like this, like a fist, and pack it in. This holds 5 liters, I think, which fill a lot of sausage. We shouldn't have to refill this thing a whole lot of times. One more wad, and I'm going to run my fingers around the edge of the rim here and around the rim of the gasket. On the plunger, because it hasn't had a chance to get down in there yet. I washed the counter all up, as I said. Of course, air is going to come out at first. And we're sausaging. Now you want to put a little back pressure on this. I think I can use the bigger horn. It's a horn. Bigger horn on this. Really need this thing clamped down. That's some big old sausage right there. Sure, my lovely assistant doesn't want to help. There's one done. I'm going to even him out. Now I saw guys do this, and I'm going to give it a try. Yeah. I think I'm just going to cut it square. I've seen him twirl it, but this is pretty full. Alright. I'm changing the horn to the larger one and see if I can get that one to work. And the Ziploc. And oh, when I put my casings in here after I rinsed them, I coiled them, and then as I went around, I brought the ends out so I know which one's right on top, so I don't get retangling. Okay? Okay. So, sometimes finding the open end of these things is a honey of a problem too. Oh yeah, that's plenty big enough. This is big casing. Too tight though, I gotta blow some air in it. That's what the problem is. Because it just wants to suck down real tight over the edge of that horn. There we go. Get that up here. Keep that inflated. Oh yeah. Bingo. That's the ticket. Air. Put a little air in there. Alright, I'll show you one more time and then, oops, that one's cut right there, so we'll just take my handy scissors, cut that guy right off. Now we'll see how this goes. Yeah, oh, she cranks easier. Look at how fast that fills, guys. Woohoo! Sausage, buddy. There's some sausage. Italian sausage. Alright, there's another rope. Whatever you want to call it. Even that out a little bit because it's still quite fluid. It wasn't as short as I thought it was. Okay, guys. We'll take a break until I get these done. Alright, guys. I'm on my last casing. I got quite a fill in here, so I've got a feeling I'm definitely going to have to have some sausage in patty form or bulk form, which is fine. Throw it in spaghetti sauce or whatever. Whole. That's all they got down in there. I'm going to be digging it back out of the stuffer, but I thought I had more than enough casings. Oops, shoot, I didn't squeeze that out. Got to keep your casings in the water. That lubricates them and keeps them soft too. Alright. You can see my beautiful coils there on the counter. what I've already made. That little bubble of air in front of that, loading this on the horn, really works like a charm. So there's just a quick hint if you do this for yourself sometime. This is, I don't know what kind of casing this is, what kind of animal this came out of. Oops, there's the end. Alright, so air breather, you can hear pushing the air out. Got a little air valve in the plunger, which is nice so you're not pushing air. This is a nice long casing. This is the hot batch now that I've finished up. Oops, trying to escape here. Of course, this stuff has a natural curve to it, being natural casing. Kind of wants to coil up on its own. Squeeze that air back out of this if I can. That's a nice long casing anyway. I'll get a lot of this meat in here. A little bulk as this is good. I can just have sausage patties on a burger. That'll be just as good as in casing. Stuffed. I'm getting a little carried away with my air here though. Anywho, there's going to be a little left, but not a lot. Maybe only a pound or so. Plunger's getting down there pretty far, but we're coming to the end. The last bit here. And that's it. I don't think I've been doing this for an hour, guys. And we have 5 big coils of hot. And we have 3, 6, 7 of mild, but those casings were a little shorter. So what's our next step? The next step is we got to cut this stuff to length, trim off that excess stuff. What do you think about that big? We're just going to stack them right in here for now, and then we'll sort them out. Package them up. I don't know how many I can fit in a package. I think last time I was able to stuff 4. And you need a sharp knife because this casing is tough stuff. Got 3 there? I guess I do. Alright, well there's the hot. Getting ready for freezing. That's all I'm going to do for now. That's all you got to see. It's all over but the cleanup. After I had cut them to length as I showed you, I had just put them in Ziploc bags, packed them tight, squeezed out the air as much as I could, labeled them, and now they're in the freezer. So now I got to clean up my big mess, make Mama happy. And it's the 23rd. Tomorrow's the big family get together for brunch. So everybody have a Merry Christmas. You won't be seeing me until after that. Some presents starting to get under the tree. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.